Section 368 bpsc ऐसे copy अगला खेत आगे आगे पछिला खेत भागे जागे. Once upon a time, in a lush green meadow, there lived an ant and a grasshopper. The ant used to toil day and night to collect food for upcoming winters, whereas the grasshopper was busy making merry and singing in the green meadow. One day the ant asked the grasshopper, "My dear friend, why don't you store food for winters?" To which the grasshopper replied, "Let me make good memories and enjoy the abundance now. I will collect the food later." Soon the meadow became barren and got covered with snow, devoid of any food anywhere in the vicinity. The grasshopper was dying out of hunger as he couldn't find any food anywhere, so he went to the ant to plead for some food to stay alive. The ant gave him food while teaching him the valuable lesson of अगला खेत आगे आगे पछिला खेत भागे जागे. The adage holds true for all walks of life, where Agila Kheti Age Age stands for pre-planning, importance of the planning for future in times of abundance, whereas Pachila Kheti Bhage Jage highlights and reminds of dire consequences of not planning, waiting till the last moment to take important actions and decision, and being lazy towards execution of actions to reach a desired goal. The one plans beforehand take actions on time remains peaceful, content and ahead of his times, whereas the one who delays and waits till last moment suffers from anxiety, lack of peacefulness, and at times it becomes hectic for failure and disastrous ahead. Students who plans properly and execute them on time before exam stands a better chance to qualify it. The farmer who takes cues from weather, climate, external situations, monsoon pattern, and plans accordingly stands a fair chance in harvesting bountiful crops, whereas the one who does without poor planning and haphazard execution couldn't take the proper advantage of climate conditions and may suffer huge loss. The freedom struggle of India in dictates the same thing as when Mahatma Gandhi arrived from South Africa. He planned extensively, traveled throughout the country in to examine ground reality, used innovative tools of Satyagraha, Swaraj, etc., which gave the much needed planning structure, direction to the freedom struggle, as a result of which India attend it with the equal contribution of other freedom heroes. The new found freedom had many problems like poverty, illiteracy, etc. And to deal with it, the modern thinkers introduced 5 year plans to set the vision of future India. As a result, India has become the fifth largest economy as well as third largest economy in PPP terms. Whereas the country which too got independence on our sidelines, that is Pakistan, is today grappling with the economic crisis. Similar is the case of with Sri Lanka. India, through its proper planning, has evolved its foreign policy in a manner that promotes enlightened national interest first while enjoying respect for its goodwill through contribution in UN peacekeeping, HADR assistance, the recent example being Operation Dost. When it comes to planning for future, who can forget the urban planning of Indus Valley civilization as well as statecraft of Chanakya's Bihar? Two had set the stage right for prosperity by setting Sat Nischay as its model of growth. It is due to the planning that it has become a story of growth, re- registering a double-digit growth of 10.9% in the recent economic survey data. It was planning of an officer that conferred Jivika has been grand success story, funding recognition throughout the country. Climate change is a pressing issue. We all we are the first generation bearing brunt of it as well as the last to do something about it. Indian government as well as government of Bihar has come up with numerous schemes like Jal Jeevan Haryali Mission, Mission Life etc. But more needs to be done. As urbanization is increasing, according to few reports, by 2050, 50% of our population will be living in urban spaces, posing resource management threat. Planning needs to be done to avoid complexity tomorrow through smart villages and smart cities mission, cross-border terrorism, hostile neighborhood, illegal trade through border-based erosion and profit shifting are also pressing issues that needs to be dealt and attention and planning beforehand. Pre-planning and discipline to execute it is the key to success for any individual, state and nation. For India to become 5 trillion economy, proper planning is needed for agriculture sector, import export policies, women empowerment, indigenization, science and technology etc. A pertinent question may follow that is planning always a necessary for success or attainment of goal. In field of art and culture, planning may not work as it happened when the modern motivation comes. Also in science and technology, an experiment gone wrong teaches leads to discovery of something unprecedented that can charge change the whole landscape of Earth. Example magnetism. Similarly, Thomas Alva Edison, after repeated failures, became successful. In COVID, India performed extremely well despite lack of resources, as it has often been said, necessity is the mother of all inventions. One can say that planning is an essential ingredient of successful. An early bird catches the worm, but sometimes when a bird fails to catch two, it may lead to new discovery of something she would have never imagined. We must strive to be like the ant, planning beforehand to meet unprecedented crises and demands of the future while also enjoying and being in the present moment. We must ensure to help one in need.